Shalom, giving all praises to Yahawah by Shemel, Shai by Shem Qadash. Shalom to the 144,000 true men of the Most High and the rest of the elect out there, especially you that labored in the faith, in the work, the diligent ones. No, I did a video. I put up a video last night. It was a response to a video that elder Zakpa had put up. So I watched the whole video, and he was responding to a video that I did about being diligent. And if you're not diligent, you shouldn't be in GMS. So when you become a part of GMS, it's just like in the NFL, AFC. The Major League Baseball, MLB, whatever sport you get into, whatever thing that you do that makes money for the owners of the teams, they give you these big contracts, multi-million-dollar contracts. If you are a standout, you're drafted or whatever, NBA, whatever, and you got a good year, but then the next year you got a bad year, they'll work with you. The next year they're talking this, we're gonna cut this guy. In the NFL, AFC, it's called what is it? Well, actually, it's called being cut from the team. They give you a certain time to get your act together. You might have had a bad 3 or 4 games, but you get yourself. But in other words, your spirit ain't there no more. So they get rid of you. They get rid of you. So it's the same thing with the Most High. If you're lukewarm, I will spew you out of my mouth, right? So that's what that video was about. And there were certain individuals that was kind of sort of kicked out the camp. We don't hate these brothers, but they weren't diligent. But that's all right. It's a learning thing. You got to get diligent. That's the Most High to make you diligent. Go on the fast, because we're at the end of this thing. This is a race. There's many references where the scriptures, where the Apostle Paul and others speak about this thing being a race, you being on fire, give diligence to make thy calling and election sure. If you're lukewarm, either be hot or cold, but because you're lukewarm, I shall spew you out of thy mouth. I shall take the candle from you. That's Yahawashi talking to the 7 churches of Asia Minor. One church, he said, I will fight against you. So when you go to Revelation 2nd chapter and the 3rd chapter, it goes to each and every one of those 7 churches that had to carry this truth on, and they died off. The last apostle that was on the scene was John on the Isle of Patmos. And why did he write the book of Revelation? Who was the book of Revelation for? Ultimately for the elect of Israel, for us now. But initially it was for the 7 churches of Asia Minor. That's what the book was for. And like I said, they all got old and died. They kept their work going until they got old and died. Then the curses came. Us coming over here in cargo slave ships. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. I don't give a damn what Vocab Malone says. John Mark Reiser says, which he's a German. Reiser's German. His father's German. Yeah, but I could be a Jake because there was Israelites in Germany. Yes, that's true. So you better hope that you were Jake. But anyway, that coming back to the book, right? The first chapter, Revelation 2. Revelation, the 2nd chapter and the 3rd chapter goes into getting the attention of the 7 churches. And then, from the 4th on to the end, 22nd chapter goes into the prophecies. And none of them understood, none of the 7 churches. Like I said, the prophets of old that received Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Isaiah, so forth, Joel, Obadiah, how you living, inside joke. If you know what I'm talking about, you go way back. But the visions that the prophets received, they wrote them down, which we read today. None of them understood what was going on. They ain't understood. Daniel got sick. Anyway, it says, the title of this video is Buy the Truth and Sell It Not. Buy the truth and sell it not. Buy the truth and sell it not. This is from Proverbs 23, verse 23. Buy the truth and sell it not. Also wisdom. Buy the truth. Also, you're buying wisdom. And also, you're buying instruction and understanding. So this covers everything that we teach, whether it be Hebrew, giving you a Hebrew name, maps, prophecies, and the thing about GMS is you have men that came up on the GMS back in the beginning. We're talking over 15 years ago, so they're all veterans. You watch their videos, a lot of precepts they bring out is precepts that we never taught them. So that's the Spirit working with them. And there's a lot of things that we taught, even breakdowns that we were never taught from the heads of the original 7, So that's the Spirit working with us. Look, give you an example. High Priest Ariel never really went into Daniel chapter 9 fully. Mainly like the 24th verse to I think the last verse is 27th verse. But we know exactly what it's talking about. You got these Edomite Christians saying that that's the rapture. 3.5 weeks of tribulation, 7-year tribulation. They don't know what the fuck is going on. That the 7 years, 3.5 years, half of that, that already took place. The fulfillment of that was 70 A.D. So they don't know. So the Most High ain't dealing with you clowns. What does it say in Daniel 12 and 10? But the wicked shall not understand. They don't understand these scriptures. How many of these Christians? What's this guy? Alex Jones. How often does he go into the scriptures? He claimed he's a Christian, but he doesn't understand the scriptures. If we went on the show, we'd blow his mind. Because we would tell him, we go right to it, jump to the chase. You guys believe America can make it? Yeah, if we get America back together and we come together and we put Bush back in the office, I'm trying to do the best Alex Jones I can do. I'll tell him, I said, look, America's not going to be great. America's going to be destroyed, utterly destroyed, led by the Russians, by the missile system of the Russians. The Satan 1, Satan 2. So he doesn't know. So it would blow his mind because he's trying to save America. They're trying to bring... Eddie had a thing where... I'm going to get into my thing through the spirit of the Yahawah. They had a thing with... let me see if I got it up. Okay, this is Donald Trump. Wait a minute.
The site available now. Link below.
As a massive crowd gathered...
Okay, he said there's a massive crowd gathered in Harlem, right? That was you think of Harlem, you think of black people. Now look at this. This is Harlem. These are all plants. These are all Edomites. If you look hard enough, you might count 3 Jakes. I can't even see one of them with this picture. So here they're saying, must see all hell breaks loose as Trump triumphs in Harlem. Incredible crowds chant his name. So you think of Harlem, you think of Jake. You see a couple of Latin tribes, they bugged out. But look at that, Edomites. Some of them got the MAGA hats on. This is nothing but a photo shoot. We love Trump chants dominant Harlem. I'm looking for the Jakes. There's no Jakes. Even though there's going to be Jakes that's going to follow him. You know, this Trump is a nobody. Just like Biden is a nobody. They're pawns on a chessboard. You understand? They're nothing but pawns on a chessboard. And he's a puppet. But he's a puppet. He's a rebellious puppet. You got to watch him because he ventures off and does his own thing. Anyway, let me get back into my thing. I'm all over the place. So it says, buy the truth and sell it not. Buy wisdom and sell it not. And buy instruction and sell it not. And buy understanding and sell it not. How do you buy? How do you pay for this truth? With your time, your dedication. So the word sell, matter of fact, let me do this. Buy. Let's see what the word there is. To get, acquire, create, buy, possess. Right, we're about possessing the truth. Okay, buy the truth. The word there is a math. That's where you get the word math from. Anywhere you go on the planet, you go into outer space, you got to use math. Calculate with math. From the word amath. So mathematics means truth. Divine mathematics. And sell. In the stock market in Wall Street, there's a term called mercantile. But it comes from the Hebrew word makar, which means to sell, buying and selling. I give you something and you pay me for it. A quid pro quo. Look that word up. Which means this for that. So, give me a second. I'm at the wrong. Okay, so this is the video. I just watched a little bit of it, and I said let me make a video response, sort of. And I could have titled this video instead of buy the truth and sell it not. I should have labeled it. Oh no, I could still label it that. I can still. Let me see. Give me a second. Silly woman. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with diverse lust. There's a lot of lust going on in the church, because you got these women, and these women wear these short dresses. They wear the stilettos. It's a tongue twister for me. You know, they oil up the legs. You know, put the stockings on. It's a fashion show. And there's major adultery going on in the church. That's why Yahawashi is going to destroy every last one of you niggas in the church. Straight up. It says lead captive silly woman. So now, lead captive silly woman. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? Let me do this. Because there's lessons within lessons. Your focus is not on no woman. A woman come up listening to you. She's listening to you because she's either likes you, or she likes some brother in Holding Post or whatever, or the reader, and she's looking for attention. For the most part, she's not about the truth. It's very rare that you catch a woman that's really about the truth. Okay, yeah, there was this one woman we was at the college in Harlem, and we were filming, and the woman rolled up, and she kept talking to me. It was a Jake woman, but she was fine, bro. She was, but I had my woman, and I was just dealing with one woman. I'm not trying to deal with a whole lot of women. You shouldn't deal with a whole lot of women if you're dedicated to this truth. All right, but this woman she was super fine. I can picture her right now, and them brothers is kind of laughing and looking at me, and and they said, "Oh, that woman, and she said, I want to learn the truth." And in my mind, I said, "You don't want to learn the truth. You hoping that I ask for your number, But she was fine. I'm gonna get her back. I'm gonna get her back in the kingdom. Don't you worry about that. Hopefully, I can get her, find her on this side, and turn back the hands of time and make her young again. Because she got to be in her late 50s, early 60s. So anyway, let me see. Okay, so let me look up the word silly. We'll come like ready to learn, but they're really, as Malak would say, they're really lushing. They're lush. You're lushing, Ak. It says for this sort, they keep it creep in the house. It's creep. They're creepy. This nigga creepy. Creepy people creep. And you can't get no more creepier than Deacon Ricard of the or Bishop Ricard, whatever he is, of the GOCC. He's a devil. How do they sneak into your houses? Through the web. And lead captive, silly. So let me see if the word silly come up. Or is it a compound word? Okay, a little woman used contemptuously. I want to see what the... Okay, it's only found here one time. Let me go to the root. Okay, it just says, gonay, which is a woman, young woman of a marriageable age. Let me see if I can find more. Really can't. Contempt means to disrespect. You just using her. Bear with me for a minute, y'all. Okay. Contemptuous meaning that you're just using a woman. She might look good. You bring her up in the ranks and then you get with her. Even if she comes in with the husband. Or you got a big thing going on with Pastor Dow. And the woman that he's dealing with had her husband in that church, and she's justifying it because a woman. Let me go back to this diverse lust, right? And it says that she's destitute of the truth, captive, silly woman, laden with sin. Man, she comes in with sin. Led away with diverse lust.
Strong's G, 1939. Epithumia. Epithumia.
Desire, craving, lodging, desire for what is forbidden, lust. Now, can you lust after a woman? Of course you can, as long as she's not with a man. The Yahawashi said, if you look after a woman to lust after her, you already commit adultery in her mind. Now, what he meant by woman is a married woman. There's a word, I'm going to give you this new word. Extrapolate. To take that word out, lust after a woman, you commit adultery. It obviously means a married woman. You can lust after a woman that's not married. In the ancient, going back to the law, the father made a deal with a man to sell his daughter because they sold their daughters. The Israelite men sold their daughters to men. They didn't have no say in the matter. Okay? Laban sold his 2 daughters to Jacob. But how did he sell them? 7 years. 7 years of working for this guy. For the 2, it was 14. It was 21 years altogether. And he left with great substance. So it says they come in there with lust. Hey, Yahawashi, they got they're looking at this dude. Oh, I like that brother right there. Oh, he wanted the deacons. Or he wanted the this and that. I'm gonna get with that brother. Then all of a sudden, there's an adulterous relationship, and the leadership got to react to it. That's why we don't got no women coming around us, man. Because we know the nature of a woman. Anyway, I did a lot of rumbling and bumbling and ranting. So, like I said, I hadn't watched this whole video. So like I said, I'm sorry. So the second part of the title I probably put in and lead captive silly woman laden with sin. I'll play with it. I'll do something. I'll put in captive silly woman laden with sin. So now I'm just going to let it play. There's always something to speak on and filter through the scriptures. Okay, so let's go right about here.
That the Savior's name, or that the Most High's name is Ahia. I think they say the Savior's name is Yeshaya. They bugged out. They're a bunch of weirdos, completely through. But anyway, more women will gravitate to his teaching because he's a kinder, gentler, softer Israelite. Plus, he believes in all fallen angels and all kind of old madness. And then he also believed the
You got to watch him at the Passover. He was Sammy Davis reborn. He had that purple garment on with the, purple get people, man, with the sparkles all in it. He flipping hats and whatnot. He said the hell he retired the turban. He got a derby and he flips it. He turns around, and you pan out to the audience is mostly women, and he says you can marry women just like women can marry Edomites. And they actually do that. There's one video of a woman that's a part of the GOC, the bugged out GOCC, that's married to a Edomite man that looked like fucking Fred Flintstone. I said, this motherfucker looked like Fred Flintstone, man. So let's listen.
Esau could be saved. He's real soft on the other nations, so
he definitely says that. That's part of his doctrine. He says Esau can be saved and other nations can be saved. And he's been teaching that from the beginning. Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi got a special destruction for that clown.
Women gravitate towards that kind of crazy shit. Anyway, this brother said, I've been speaking with a woman that is aware of the truth. I myself been following the teachings of the apostles of GMS. And she told me she is under the teachings of Elder Rawchaa from GOCC. Then she sent me links to their course, which they charge money for their lessons on the Hebrew and lessons. I don't know what he meant to say. It says "in seen right then and there." It's a red flag. So I guess he meant I seen right then.
That's the Most High is not dealing with them guys, because you can't. Now you might say, well, wait a minute, they send you donations to tithes and all that. Yeah, that's the only thing they do. What they give what they give. If somebody send you $1, you can't say, nigga, it's supposed to be a dollar followed by another $99 or whatever. You can't put a price on this truth. If somebody's learning and they give, but it goes back to tithes too, but it also goes back to donations. The Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, and I'm gonna have to go to it, and I'm gonna go right to the point. You got to read that whole chapter. 1 Corinthians 9. I didn't set up any precepts, so I'm gonna go right to the point here. So Paul said, do we not have power to lead about a wife? Do we not have power to forbear working? Meaning, if we wanted to, we could not work, and y'all supposed to. That's what he's saying. Y'all supposed to take care of us. It says, who goeth to warfare without no charge, because we're going to warfare. And people ask these questions. You got to study to give them the right answer. Say all these things. It speaks about the muzzling the mouth of the ox that treadeth out the corn. Was he talking about the ox, or was he talking about the men of the Lord? So you can read this whole chapter. It says, if we have sown unto you spiritual things, which is this truth, is it a great thing if we shall reap your carnal things? Meaning you got to pay us, but it doesn't say, okay, I'm gonna teach you this lesson, but this is gonna cost you a $100 lesson right here. Oh, you want to know Genesis chapter 1? That's a $50 lesson. You want to know Daniel 7? That's a $250. You can't do that. You want a name? That's okay. I'm gonna get you a name, but it's $150. Whatever the case may be, that's a major red flag right there. If you give somebody a name and they say, I want to give you something, and they give you $1, they'd be happy with that $1. You can say, nah, there's not a cost on it, And these guys, and like you got the Booster Club, which IUIC came up with, and they asked them, I don't know what's going on behind that, but if they say we got a Booster Club, we go to other nations and we need money, and we ask for your donations, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you say you got to give up money for the booster club, then you got to pay tithes, and then you got to get this fund, and we got two building funds, and we got to go get your passport fund. Oh, and you got to buy the garments. Wickedness, man. Wickedness. Scriptures speak about filthy lucre's sake. I'm not reading the whole thing. I'm just... Okay, here it is. Do ye not know that they which minister about holy things, we minister about holy things, which is the scriptures, live of the things of the temple? So now we're in the time of a spiritual temple. And they which wait at the altar are partakers with the altar. So what does it mean by the altar? It's talking about the teachers. That's in Revelation 11. And the altar. I'm not going to go to that. Even so have the Lord Yahawah ordained that they which preach the gospel should what? Should live of the gospel. So there's a support there. Hey, if let's say people start sending in millions of dollars to us, we're gonna tell them the diligent brothers, look, brother, we got $100 million. You don't got to work no more. Just do the truth. What do you think that you need, or whatever? You know. Now this is what Paul said. But I have used none of these things, neither have I written these things, that it should be so done unto me, for it were better for me to die than that any man should make my glory void. So he as far as money is concerned, and they were like, why we got to give you money, nigga? So he said, F you and keep your damn money. I'm gonna teach you any damn way. It said, but listen, it says, so he's saying, you supposed to pay for me. I supposed to have, if I want to have wives, I can have a wife. If I wanted to not work no more, you supposed to take care of me. They of the temple shall live of the temple, right? Muzzle not the ox that treadeth out the corn. Was he talking about oxes, or was he talking about man? He was talking about man, the men of the Most High. For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of. For necessity, look that word up for you people out there that's in the money, is laid upon me. Yeah, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel. That's why I did that video yesterday about brothers being lukewarm. It said, woe unto you if you preach not the gospel. And when you just go through the motions, you come out there to camp, you ain't doing nothing the rest of the week, you have no faith. You have no faith. For if I do this thing willingly, I have a reward, meaning you want to do it. But against my will, a dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me. In other words, you going out there, you really don't want to go out there. Look, when Saturday roll up, I look forward to going out there. Now, sometimes the demon get on you, don't want to go out. You know, it's raining, it's this, it's that. And then you force yourself to go out there. What is my reward then? Verily that when I preach the gospel, I may make the gospel of the Yahawashi without charge, that I abuse not my power in the gospel. For though I be free from all men, yet have I made myself servant unto all, that I might gain the more. And then it goes on unto the Jew. I became Jew unto the Greek I became. Matter of fact, let me keep reading that. And unto the Jew I became a Jew, that I might gain the Jew, meaning the Judah, Israel, to them that are under the law, which are Israelites, born in the land under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law. To them that are without law, which are the Gentile-minded Israelites, as without law, being not without law to the Most High, but under the law of the Messiah, that I might gain them that are without law. To the weak became I weak, that I might gain the weak. I am made all things to all men, that I might be all, by all means, save some. Save some are who? The Israelites. But I mentioned it was a race, and this I do for the gospel's sake, that I might be partakers thereof with you. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, earnest, diligent, but one receiveth the prize, so run that ye may obtain. I'm jumping down. You can read the 25th verse. I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I not as one that beateth the air. Oh, this is beautiful. I gotta read this 27th verse. But I keep under my body and bring it unto subjection. That's called discipline. If you a boxer, if you was in sports, there's certain days you don't want to work out. And that's a day where you push yourself to work out. Guaranteed. Happen to any boxer, anybody that's played sports on a high level, you got days where you don't want to do it. And you go ahead and do it. And the days that you take off are the days that you want to do it. I feel like work. You know what? I'm going to take the day off. I don't feel like working out. I'm going to force myself to work out. It says, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. You don't want to be in this truth, bring others into this truth, and then you yourself fall off, and that guy still remains. And that's been happening from the very beginning. So now let's come on back.
There is a red flag. I sent her the apostles' pages and told her to watch their videos with an open mind. She replied,
okay, the apostle GMS, and she told me she is under the teaching of the Rawchaa. Then she sent me links to their course, which they charge money for their lessons on the Hebrew and lessons and seen right then and there. It's a red flag. Yeah, we can't say, oh, you want a name, sister? It's going to cost you $75 or $100. But we'll give you a certificate of authenticity. That's your name. Or you want to learn the Hebrew, or you got to pay for that. Or we got a course, a particular course, and it's only for people that's going to pay $150 for a 2-week course. That guy's doing it for filthy lucre's sake. He's doing it for gain. He's a false prophet. He's a demon, and he will perish. And then he fucked these people up with the flea doctrine. He had them go to Egypt, and he wasn't even in Egypt. He was in London, as the elder's going to say in his video. But he's got a lot of followers. And like I said, check out his video. Go to his page. It's mostly women. Lead captive, silly women laden with, with lust. They looking for a man. And see, a lot of these jakes, they're looking to be entertained. That's why you got to do a whole lot of dancing and singing and yes, abortion. You know, that thing coming in on the motherfucking horse. That's entertainment, bro. You had another video of Bishop Nate with about 5 guys with cameras, like the Hebrew paparazzis. And he's walking, and then he starts running, and they run with him. They rehearsed that, man. And the people got all, here he comes. You know him. You love him. Bishop Nathaniel. Yay. He said, I got to overdo myself. Let me come in on the horse this time. That's all gimmicks, man. And Negroes feel good about that. Oh, that's my pastor. You can't say nothing about my pastor. That's how mega churches are. You know how mega churches come about? When you got a small-time preacher that's charismatic. He got the gift of gab. He wearing his suits. I got to go to that. The Lord got to be dealing with that man. Did you hear that man preach? What did he preach? He said, I don't know, but he sure preached good. So these guys found that out. They coming on the mega church tip. All them guys with them gimmicks. If you buy this prayer cloth, you send $100. You make a seed offering of $100. It's a regular fucking washcloth that the nigga got at the dollar store, 5 for $1. You dumb fucks. And here these niggas buying the anointing water. It's nothing but fucking tap water, you dumbasses. Hey, if you get the prayer cloth, that's $100, and for an extra $50, which is half price, is my miracle healing water. Now that shit used to be on TV when I was a kid. They don't play that shit no more because motherfuckers done evolved. So let's come on.
And said, I will check out your videos you sent, but I will have to check with my officers and bishops since I consider myself a babe in the truth. My last response was, do she have a husband? And I got no response. But bottom line, I checked the website she sent me, and GOCC is charging for lessons and breakdowns, and that is a big no-no. Also, I've noticed the GOCC tend to have a lot of women followers, almost like they cater their doctrine to lead in women. I noticed this because
sorry, I muted it. It says he just read this, right? And but the bottom I checked the website she sent me. GOCC is charging for lessons and breakdowns. And that's something that Bishop Nate was doing in the past. I don't know if he's still doing it on the sneak tip. But I know when he first, going back to 2006, 2007, 2008, he was charging for breakdowns. The reason why he started freely breaking it down, because we were breaking it down for free. So we effed up his money. Bishop Nate is doing this. The motivation for what he's doing is money. And your reward comes in heaven. And look, let's say I come into $100 million, I'm going to be a miserable person unless I give that money, the majority of that money away. I got $100 million. I can tell my landlord, go kiss my ass, or you know what I'm saying. Well, that's homo shit, Tar. You know what I mean. Kiss my foot. All right? Kick rocks. So I get this mansion, you know. But do you really, I got a damn silk pajamas on with fringes on that bad boy. I got cooks. I might say, well, Emerald Ghazi, I want you to be my chef. Well, it's going to cost you $100,000 a week or whatever. Yeah, that's no problem. You cooking the best meals. I'm eating good. You got celebrities coming in my house. Do you really think I'm going to go out on the highways and byways and teach? It says, and that is a big no-no. Also, I've also noticed the GOCC tend to have a lot of women followers, almost like they cater their doctrine to lead in women. I noticed this because a lot of their comments on their boards or comment section are women. I noticed she tend to wear a lot of purple, so I asked her, are you aware of the IUIC? Now, matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? Let me show you it. Okay, let me go to the GOCC Passover. GOCC. And another thing, Christ. If you're an Israelite, why are you calling on Christ? Let me see, Passover. All right, Passover 2024. Look, Sammy Davis Jr. reincarnated. Look at this. Passover 2024. Am I Wrong? Performed by Elder Rawchaa. Look, he got the derby on. He got the mic. He got the suit. He got the suit, the sweet suit on. He got a bunch of women. They're all happy. They're family friendly. Oh, what the hell is this all about? You got the Sky Daddy himself. But I got to get him where he does his dance. He wears that purple suit. Let me see something. Okay, let me do this. He had a purple suit on with sparkles in it. Bear me for a minute. There it goes. And look, if you think this guy's a man of the Lord, go and follow him. Look at the people. That dismal zombie look. And they're all, you got to wear white. This is and the scriptures say the Passover is a solemn assembly. Man wearing a damn... and plus he's lined up. Look at that. Most 99% women, and look at the men. That's a man, long hair, in violation of 1 Corinthians chapter 11. Another man, long hair. Got the kid that look like a boy, long hair. And at one time he used to go out on the highways and the byways. He don't go out on the highways and the byways no more. This ain't nothing but a church. This is nothing but a Hebrew Israelite mega church. And you got to keep the people. You got to give them gimmicks. Now, if you can get the song and dance. You got to pay for that. But if you want to learn, you got to pay. You get this course. What you want to learn? Revelation. Okay, I'm gonna give you a course. The whole book of Revelation, break it down for only $1,000. And plus, we're going to put your name on the brick of the church. So let's come back over here.
Because a lot of their comments on their boards are women. I noticed she tended to wear a lot of purple, so I asked her, are you aware of the IUIC? She replied and said, I know of the IUIC, but I disagree with them because they don't believe in water baptism. That's another thing they teach too. They teach that people, they got to get baptized. GOCC does. She replied, and I said, I know, Salakia. She replied and said, I know of the IUIC, but I disagree with them because they don't believe in the water baptism.
The Apostle Paul said in 1 Corinthians 1 that he was not sent here to baptize. He said, I baptized a couple of people. I don't remember if I baptized this guy, that guy. You can read it. He said, but the Lord did not send me here to baptize. And that's another thing. People really feel good about themselves when they get baptized. They'd be the biggest slut out there. They get baptized, they're clean. That's just symbolic for you dummies out there.
That was another red flag for me. She know the Hebrew lingo, but in my eyes, she follow a Christian doctrine with a Hebrew twist. Just want to hear your thoughts on this. The water for taking the time to read my comments. So my thoughts is this: you're gonna fuck around with that woman, and she gonna fuck your head up. That's normally what happens with you weak jakes, and you sound weak because if you saying you've been following the teachings of the apostles, talking to the brother now. If you've been following the teachings of the apostles, then you already know from square one that GLCC was fucking bugged out and that IUIC can't be trusted. Here you was with some woman worrying about, you know, what she thinking. But see, this is that simple mentality that Jake be having when they first come into the truth. You be so damn simple.
Now, I don't know. He said he followed GMS, but is he a part of a camp? I go to this particular camp. I told them, I brought it to their attention, I want to join your camp if it's possible. But they said, you got to be out here for a year. I'm willing to be out for a year. He looking for a woman. That's why he said, are you married? You know? Listen to a little bit more.
You get all messed up over a woman. All these damn women in the world, and you have to pick the one who wants to follow the fucking GOCC. Look, leave her alone, man. She threw. And then when you asked her if she have a husband and she didn't reply, you already knew. And more than likely, she probably sniffing around the leadership over there at GOCC. These other groups are out of their minds. And if in these cross doctrinal relationships, they just don't work, because what happens is these women are off the hook, man. Just because they say they're Hebrews like women. See, Jake, you get all fucked up over women. When you come into this truth, it's about individuals. It's about you. You be too busy trying, I want my woman to follow it too, and I want my son and my daughter. And that don't always happen. Don't get me wrong. You have situations where the family will follow the truth. That's great. That's beautiful. But for the most part, you as the man, you have to get the truth. And then if the woman want to follow it, she'll follow. But do yourself a favor. Any woman that says she believes in a different doctrine than you, I'm speaking of as a Hebrew Israelite, leave her alone, man. Because all she's going to try to do is convert you over to them. Because when them women, you can't tell them that GLCC don't have the truth. She's not going to listen to you. She can go somewhere and be seen. She can be in the congregation. She can put on a dress. She can be heard. She's not going to listen to you.
And another thing, and I'm going to close. His interest is not in the truth. His interest is getting a woman. Or getting a woman that's in the truth. So like I said, I don't know the man's background, but his interest should be in, I live in such and such a state. Where's there a camp that I can go to? Because I would like to join a camp. I would like to read or whatever. Or can I help you in any way? That's the route that you're supposed to go. Anyway, you can watch the rest of this. I only got not even 10 minutes in. It's a almost 52-minute video. So you can watch the rest of it. And with that, I'm out of here. Shalom.